Welcome to the Lads AM podcast, a show for those late night ramblings you only get when the rest of the world is asleep. This show is available in both podcast and Let's Play form. Check out our social media to find out how to listen the way you want to. Tonight, we are playing I just realized that like some of them were the ones that I was most excited to make shorts about. And I'm like, I wonder why I'm picking these right now.
I'm gonna get us started.
Yeah, get us in here, man.
Hey, happy 1 year, guys.
Happy
Yo.
first birthday.
Speaking
Happy
of which,
New Year.
Matt, let me be the first to say happy early birthday.
Let's fucking go. Happy late birthday to Dustin. Happy early birthday to me. Happy
really late birthday,
Rob, you old man.
Thanks.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward. I did spend like the past month calling everyone old.
Oh geez, what are the controls
in preparation for it to come back and haunt me. So that's gonna be great. Can't wait to be old. Can't wait to be closer to. I shot a gun. Can't wait to be closer to 30 than I am 20.
What do we got?
That sounds fun. Yeah, congratulate, dude. I want one of the craziest things. Not only that we've been doing it for a year, and I don't mean to jinx anything, but we have done it consistently for a year.
Yeah.
Which, if you know, based on how D&D seems to be going lately, is kind of insane.
Well, you said it yourself.
Georgia had two weeks he couldn't do, and then South had one right in the middle of it.
Okay.
So that's why we're in a mini hiatus as opposed to the 2-month one we just did. It's okay.
Yeah,
last time it was last time it was a huge thing for Fanning's character, and now it's a huge thing for Rob's character. So we've been picking great times to have these.
Oh yeah, I forgot. We left off with me having the dream.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I forgot that's where we paused.
And my being like, oh, this is gonna be a great 1 week 1 week cliffhanger. This is gonna be great.
It's just 1 week cliffhanger. We'll be right back next week.
Oh boy.
I just proved myself right. Because when we first started, I'm like, you know what? I feel confident with these guys. We can get something consistent, and it works.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was gonna say. That's why you wanted us specifically.
I'm like, these guys. I trust these guys.
Hey,
Yeah.
good pick.
And they're cool guys.
Outside of those 3 weeks, I wasn't here. But
Yeah, but that wasn't because of you doing other things. That was tech.
Minus the 2 months we couldn't play D&D because of Dustin.
You had no control. I think that's excuse.
He makes up for it for doing the pod. Yeah, the pod had Dustin. The D&D never popped off because we got rid of Dustin, but we did get a pretty high view video because of that.
I mean, relatively speaking,
I do what I can.
Hey, don't do it again though.
Okay.
We'll do it again. Get us a high view podcast. Just don't do it in the same way. If that's okay with you. If you think you can, think you can manage that. Well, in honor of 1 year, 20 years until we are allowed to drink on the podcast. Even though I was the one that said everyone have five of your favorite moments from the past year on the podcast. Allegedly, it became 10 at some point, Rob?
I don't know. In my mind, I was like, all right, top 10 moments of the podcast. I think it's because
So-
I just prefer top 10 lists over top.
A little bit of Watch Mojo. Watch Mojo.
That's why as soon as one of you guys was like, we said top 5, I didn't argue. I was like, oh, whoops.
Oh, you mean Dustin?
I was like, yeah,
You mean
I made a mistake.
You mean Dustin wrote
whatever.
top 5, and then I responded with the
And
same
then you
thing
just
he
copied
did?
it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you like my very heartfelt message about you, Rob? That I came up.
Oh, I liked
that
it.
I-
Yeah, I was like, oh, thanks, man.
That I came up with.
Jerk.
Yeah. I like how that was very quickly followed up by you posting a screenshot where Dustin called you a bitch.
yeah. It's, that was unrelated.
Yeah, he stole my message, and I was annoyed. It's funny because I typed that, and then Matt typed, "Oh, it's funny," but he's just copying what I say now. But then they're like, he deleted it. I was like, "What?"
Yeah. I saw it and was immediately like, "All right, I'm stealing this." Well, it was
It's funny because. Sorry, go ahead.
it was originally. I was just like, "Oh, the copying thing," but then I had like an impulsive thought of like, "Oh, what if I just deleted his message right now?" And it looked like I was the only one. There's no way Rob read Discord fast enough to see that Dustin posted it first.
No, I
right?
did.
I was, wishful thinking.
Very wishful thinking.
I
apparently.
saw at least just a notification for Robert's original message about the, make sure you get your top 10 ready. I didn't even see the top 10 yet, so I was ready to joke and reply, "Oh, don't worry, I got my top 50 moments ready." But then I saw Robert said top 10. I was like, "Wait, what?
Wait, what?
I only have 5." What do you
I
mean
thought
top 10?
I thought the paper was supposed to be 3 pages. Why does the rubric now say 5? Oh God, I'm gonna have to change so many periods to 14-point font. Oh no.
I was legitimately worried. I was like, did I ruin everything, or am I gonna have to like find 5 more things right
Right.
now?
To be fair, I came up with my list entirely today. So
I expect nothing less. Because I've had 3 floating in my head for like the past like 3 weeks, and then I found the last 2 today. So don't worry, we're all in the same.
I'm in a similar station as Matt. I had like pretty much 2 or 3 ready for the entire time. I was like, I should really come up with the other ones.
You should really get on.
And I'm
that.
not actually gonna watch these things a second/third time, so I just go based on memory.
Yeah. So speaking of that, let's get into it. So we can let's talk about the past year, and that way next week we can start fresh.
Mm-hmm.
okay.
I feel like we should stop since we all decided we are going to do top 5. I want to start with Robert's bottom 5 of his 10. We'll do that as like an honorable mention.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
you want to quickly like list those off.
His
Let's
Okay.
spend too much time on them.
I will say, earlier I said none of my 10 were specific to me. I just realized my number 10 actually is. So my number 10 is any time during our run on the podcast that I got to share my love of Lost Media.
all right.
Just because before the podcast, I mean, Lost Media is something I've been interested in for like 5 or 6 years. It's been a while, but I've never really talked about it with anybody, except occasionally my parents. So it was nice when I think it was like the 2nd or 3rd episode, I had mentioned something about Lost Media. And you guys seemed, fairly receptive to it. So I was like, oh, I can share my love of it on the podcast.
I mean,
So I've been doing that ever since, basically.
Rob, I want you to know you are. I do find Lost Media interesting. It was just never something I looked into on my own, except for like maybe the occasional like weird YouTube essay about something.
Mhm.
But other than that, I'll say you are like 99% of my exposure to Lost Media.
Right, and that's totally fine. I'm not saying you need to share my love.
Oh no, I'm saying
to that extent.
I'm saying that's a good thing,
Fine.
dude.
Yeah.
I'm saying you are the shepherd, and I am but a
Mhm.
sheep.
Yeah.
Topical. That's the logo.
So yeah, I
in case
enjoy
Dustin
whenever I
forgot
get to
again.
talk about Lost Media. Similarly, number 9 is also equally as vague as just my love of whenever I talk about Lost Media. Number 9 is just whenever we're talking about cartoons from our childhoods.
Because when have we ever done that? Dude, we could have a whole second podcast talking about that.
Well, let's
We
just focus on the one. Okay.
Let's rebrand the podcast to only talk about cartoons. There's
Yeah, no, I enjoy it.
Rob. There's actually something
Just want to talk about childhood.
I've been meaning to show you, Rob. There's this channel that talks about old TV shows. I forget his name. It's like Jordan something, I think.
Okay, Jordan Fringe.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, I watch that YouTuber.
So did you see the 12-hour video about Survivor that he made?
Yes,
I definitely have not looked at it. I
watched it full.
Did you?
Yes.
Really?
Actually.
Wait, not all in one.
Well-
How many sittings though? How many sittings did it take?
Well, for one, when I say I watched it, I had it on in the background while I was gaming.
Fair enough. That counts, I think, for something like that.
Yeah.
2, how many sittings? So that was recent. I've had nothing but free time on my hands over the summer, so probably like 3 or 4.
That's not bad.
That's fair.
That's fair. Especially if you're playing in the background.
I will say that the video made me irrationally angry at times because he either would just gloss over something big in the season or just completely give false information.
Oh yeah.
Yep. He would say that this happened and this is why, and it's like, that's not why that happened. This is why that happened. And I understand he was trying to do it in a way where he only spent 10 minutes talking about each season. But he could have, I don't know, it could have been better. But for someone who knows nothing about Survivor, it's definitely a quick overview of everything.
Yeah, it's definitely not meant something that looks like it's meant for. Although at 12 hours, it's kind of hard to tell what audience that is for, because I don't think the casual TV audience is loading up a 12-hour video on Survivor.
No.
But at the same time, it's like, yeah, I mean, if your video is already 12 hours long, do you really have time to add a little bit more? No, I just remember seeing a 12-hour video about Survivor and immediately being like, Rob should know about this.
Yes.
For a good reason or bad reason, I don't know if he wants to or not.
Well, remember, I had showed Dustin. We listened to pretty much all of them. Was essentially a podcast that I had gotten, which does each season of Survivor in an 8-hour video or an 8-hour audio thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's over 100 hours or so of content.
Yeah, that was really good because the guys hosting are really funny podcasters. So
yeah,
it was a
they
good
were
listen.
really
even
funny.
As someone who doesn't know much about Survivor, they were just really good to listen to. So made it
right.
interesting.
And it was nice because one of them was an actual contestant on the show at one point.
Oh, really?
And the other, so one of the two of them, he was on season 6 and 8 and nearly won. And then the other one, he had been a reporter for Hollywood Access and basically had been writing about Survivor ever since season 1. So.
Oh, wow, okay.
So they were both very knowledgeable in what they're doing.
Very entertaining, very knowledgeable on the subject. Made for a good listen.
Good. And you guys learned nothing from that? About being podcasters?
Pretty much, yeah. we don't retain information that well when it comes to
But if you guys were going to be on
learning things.
No, we've already done that. We've already... Not the sport. No.
Yeah, we have already talked about it.
Yeah. You die. Yeah.
My number 2.
Speaking of which, I forgot. It's time for me to put in another audition tape.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I do it every August.
Wait,
Oh, it's time for me to put in my first.
Oh, are you actually going to, Dustin?
Probably not.
Please, Dustin, please do it.
guys, we have a podcast. I can't do. You won't have a computer there.
Yeah, but Matt, think about all the attention that our podcast would get after the fact.
Well, you gotta do the fucking like confessional where you just go stand like a couple yards away from your teammates and talk shit about them, but instead you're like you're plugging your podcast.
When I'm
I
voting somebody
mean-
off, I'm writing their name, and under their name, I have subscribed to the Last AM podcast. And Jeff's like,
I don't
"What
know
is
if they
this?
would
What?
allow me to do it, but it would be funny.
I don't know. Is that their last name? I don't get it."
Is that their last name? Oh God! All right, well, Rob. Oh, I remember why we stopped here. Last time, some old wounds opening. What's the rest of your honorable mentions, Rob?
All right, number 8 is kind of stretched over the entire podcast, but it was the episode right before the Game Awards where we were trying to make the bingo.
Yeah.
Because
that
I
was a good time.
remember it just became a running joke during that entire thing where it was like, so about that bingo.
So about that bingo
And
board.
I remember every single time you or Dustin or I said it, I was laughing on the inside. And it happened like every 10 minutes or so.
Yeah, because we were like for like half an hour, we were stuck at we need 3 more things, and they just kept going on different tangents. Like, we still need 3 more things to put on this bingo board, and then we go on another tangent. Like, so the bingo board.
How about that bingo? No, I do like when those like moments kind of like organically spawn. I think
Yeah.
that's like one sign of like, an episode's going well. The riffs are
Yeah.
happening.
The grace period with George A.
Grace
in
period.
his first episode.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's, I mean, we kind of have that with it's about the podcast, not the gameplay. That's kind of one that
Yeah.
spans everything, even though it's
Yeah.
which just spawns from me at the very beginning, being like, guys, we need to, we can't talk about the gameplay too much because it won't make sense for audio listeners. And now we just openly talk about the game, and we are absolved of all crime as long as we say it's about the podcast, not the gameplay.
Speaking of which, we need to make an active effort to like keep all of us alive.
Dude,
So
I will. Okay, everyone pick a buddy. I pick Dustin.
all right, I
Podcast,
guess
not
I'll
gameplay.
try to. Why is Nick shooting at you?
Why? Wait, actually,
I probably deserve it.
Why?
Nick.
What the fuck was that?
Nick, not a new member of the podcast, by the way. An NPC
Jealous.
has just
Same difference.
randomly decided to self-insert himself.
All right.
Number 7.
Oh, God, I'm in
Number
trouble.
7.
Number
Seven.
7 is a recent one. It's
Ooh,
the
recent
episode
one.
where
That's good.
Matt tasked me and Dustin to figure out who was the better friend.
That was a good time.
You liked? Wait a minute. Not to spoil anything.
Dude.
You liked that one?
Yeah, no, I thought it was a lot of fun.
I did steal it from another
Yeah.
podcast, but I did like it
We
a
definitely
lot.
should do like our own versions of it. I think.
No,
And
I
then
think we
get George
definitely
and Channing
should.
do their own.
I think we absolutely should.
Yeah. You first.
first.
Me, what was that? Me first?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's fine.
I'm lazy.
Fair
I mean,
enough.
so am I, but you know, it can happen.
I mean, so am I. I had the idea for it like 10 episodes prior. So yeah, I
Here's
mean,
the thing, Dustin. Here's the thing, Dustin, is when I do it, it's gonna have to be Matt against like George.
Nah.
No, I think you would be so like similar to how Matt had George help figure out what's a fair question. I think you would have to help me.
I did have that help. That would be
Maybe.
nice. Because there were some that like I did not even consider when I was making them. I'm like, oh, literally only George would get that just because I've known him the longest.
Yeah, and I mean similarly, me
Or
and Dustin,
mostly the
I've known
longest.
Dustin the longest, so I feel like there
I
are
guess
certain
fair, yeah.
things that Dustin might know more than Matt or George. That being said,
fair.
rounding out my bottom 5,
Our honorable mentions.
my honorable mentions. This is one that I would not be surprised if it's on both of your top 5 lists. But it's the art camping episode.
Oh,
That is a good one.
I do have one from the camping episode.
Didn't make my top 5, but that is a good one.
Actually,
Camping episode was a good time.
Yeah.
You mentioned if you mentioned the camping episode, I can just start with my number 5.
Sure.
Because it just goes right into it. It was also kind of vague in terms of I've said before that like I want my original concept is that I would love to do a podcast with like an actual like set and like in person. So definitely doing the camping episode kind of proved that like that is possible, and I think we would be good at it. Specifically, what my thing from number 5 was the bit of Dustin and Fetting. Anytime I would open my tents, they would shout squatters' rights and run inside of it.
Oh my goodness, I forgot about that.
I knew one of mine had to be from the camping episode, so I was listening to it, and I think the contention. I think that may be one of the favorite bits. One of the favorite like self-contained to the camping trip bits was probably when they kept shouting squatters' rights.
About trying to run into your tent.
running into my tent.
You just keep going. That's not how it works. That's go squatters' rights.
That's not what you do. And I'm like, typically, like, I feel like, I don't know. I feel like I'm typically part of a lot of bits that go on. And this was an instance when I'm like, I'm completely not part of this. What the fuck is going on? Is this what it's like? Is this what it's like to just not know what's going on? Like, that's insane.
That is a good one. One of my favorite bits during the camping trip was anytime someone slightly roasted another person. And I would just ran around, start running around and high-fiving everybody.
Dude, the moment that you first did that was beautiful. Because I had no idea what was happening. Dustin just ran up to me for a high five, yelling, and I'm like, all right, man. This is what we're doing now. I'm not leaving him hanging. Were you like happy with how quickly that spread?
Yes, I was. I was very happy with how quick that spread. I was like, nice. You all get it.
We all jumped on it immediately.
My favorite one was, I think, like, George A. roasted Robert somehow. I went, oh, immediately turned around and high-fived family.
I love that. George A. roasts Rob. You turn around, high-five Fetting. No consistency.
And then probably Dustin turned to his left and high-fived me, so.
There's probably someone in that order.
I love how Fetting, not involved in any of it, is the first one that gets the high five. He's just there for the love
Dustin wasn't involved in it either.
He's just there, yeah. But he's just there. They're just there for the love of the game, which I appreciate.
Yeah. A lot of good bits in that camping trip.
That was good. Can't wait to the next one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's your 5, Dustin?
So none of mine are vague. Mine are very specific.
All right, that's fine.
I'll just give you that warning ahead of time.
Well, the rest of mine are specific, so we're good.
The rest of mine are also specific.
Okay, perfect. My number 5, pretty iconic. It's Matt's lockdown procedure story, or not story, but like what goes down in the teenage boy's head during a lockdown.
Oh, Dustin.
And the birth of Sydney.
Yeah.
It is Sydney.
I thought it was pretty iconic. That's where Sydney came from, and we mentioned her multiple times.
Sydney does come up a lot
since then. Yeah.
What was it? She was a character in Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only visualization we have of this entity known as Sydney.
Anytime we ever need to come up with just a girl's name, we just go Sydney.
Fake
pretty much.
name. Yeah, Sydney.
Yeah.
Just keep making up this long lore. Dude, we make a wiki?
No, it needs to be a fan wiki. Someone else has to do it.
Oh, a fandom.
Yeah. Go ahead, Shane.
Yeah, Shane, stop.
You listen to these sometime.
Yeah, Shane, if you could get the Ladzeum fandom wiki going.
Shane's too busy running his own podcast.
Nah, they're monthly, aren't they?
Are they monthly?
Wait, is this podcast only monthly?
I did see that
Maybe. They only released the second one recently.
I did see.
Oh, wow.
I have not listened to the second episode yet. All I know is that one person on the podcast mentioned during the episode, they mentioned both Scott Pilgrim versus the World and Konosuba, and a lot of other media that I really like. So
It's stealing your whole flow.
I know. I remember.
Next, he's gonna talk about Weezer.
Dude, if they're an unironic Weezer fan, I'm gonna be like, yo, why? You could have just had me on, bro. You didn't need to find a replacement, man. I do want to DM Shane being like, hey, buddy, just so you know, you were on episode 7. Be kind of cringe if you got to episode 8 and I wasn't there. Then just see what he says.
He owes you.
He owes me. I made him. That's not true.
We're trying to get him to make us.
Yeah, we actually. He actually did something with his life. Oh, okay. Well, here, guys, you guys can play this round alone. I'm gonna find a new number 3.
I mean, that can still be
you
number
have to know.
3.
When you get to number 3, you say, "Oh, it was that."
Yeah, Dustin stole it.
I'll tell you this. That was not on my top 5. So.
All right.
What's your number 5?
My number 5 is also something that I would not be surprised if Matt's like, damn it, Rob, that's also on my list. But it's Larry Paul Tony.
That's it. I was considering that top 5. That might be like my number 6 or 7 or something.
But
that is
funny.
That's a good one.
Especially because that came out of a story that I told, so I liked it.
I'm desperately waiting for part 2. Rob?
Part 2 will probably come as I start teaching and have my own classroom.
Yeah, now that you're you're a real teacher, real big teacher. I'm expecting you to. I'm just saying, if you have any combination of students named Larry, Paul, or Tony, I want to be the first to hear about it.
Dude, I'm actually going to have a Larry, a Paul, and a Tony, and I'm going to put them in that order.
Yeah, you need to sit them next to each other.
Yeah.
You'll never know.
It's like, guys, I made the seating chart completely random. By the way, Larry, Paul, and Tony.
Larry, Paul, Tony.
Paul, you need to sit in the middle.
Cindy.
Larry, Paul, Sydney. Larry, Paul, Sydney.
You get a Larry, Paul,
Tony, and Sydney, and they start a podcast.
Oh my god.
It's better than ours.
Did you say it's better than ours?
No, there's no way they make a podcast. They're the TikTok generation. They can't stay focused.
Faked podcast for TikTok.
Fake pod. Exactly. They don't have attention span long enough to make a podcast. They've never had a conversation longer than an hour without a break in the middle. But they started dude, I get them to do our TikTok page. Oh, it's
perfect.
Ease.
Child labor.
Dude, you don't even need to pay them. Isn't that crazy? How is that allowed?
Yeah, I don't know.
How is school not child labor, How do I revive you? There you go. How's school not child labor, Mr. Teacher Man? Answer me that one.
Because it's called an education?
Wow, all right. We're just labeling a different name. I'm just saying, you should pay your students.
You specifically.
Yeah. I am.
Hey, Matt, what's your number 4?
What's my number 4? Larry, Paul, Tony.
Yeah. Was it actually?
It was, yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
So, How about that
It wa-
time I almost died, huh?
Oh my goodness.
Can I get another? Can I survive this year after such a close
I don't know.
call? Will either of you
Okay.
actually help me this time? That's the question.
How would you like
Well,
me
just
to help
don't do
you
it
if
while we're
I'm in
watching.
my house and you're out?
Don't do it while watching a funny meme video. Because you're watching Boston PD.
Boston
And then
PD.
you started
Boston
dying.
PD.
Boston PD was still playing. It was really funny hearing you choke and hearing the guy say whatever at the same time.
Step on my nuts.
Put on these high heels and step on my nuts.
I
Oh
think
my
that
God.
not to ruin anything, but I think that may have cured it. I haven't done that since.
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
we
You just had to do it one last
successfully
time.
shamed you.
I guess I shamed my body out of choking on nothing. So that's
Nice
cool.
job.
That's cool. They didn't teach me that in health class. So you could just. I people keep going on this body shaming thing, man, but it worked for me.
Yeah.
That's
My throat works now.
take that out of context, please. Yeah. No, mine was Larry Paultoni. I think it says something that just stays in your memory.
Mhm.
I just think it's funny how he immediately turned into a verb after hearing the story.
Get totally Larry Paultonied.
You got absolutely Larry Paul Tony. He tells us
Dude.
the story, and then we say you got Larry Paul Tony, as if it was an established thing already.
Dude, one day people are going to be saying Larry Paultoni. It's going to be like
Yeah?
ratioed.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
Robert when he does attendance.
Larry, here.
True, I am gonna get
Paul,
Larry Paul too.
Here. Tony, here. Sydney, present. Because I feel like she would say present.
Yeah.
Rob, I
The
will.
worst is Cindy.
Cindy.
Where is she?
Oh, I'm here. Yeah. Mr. Stalker, you didn't call my name. Well, what's your name again? Sydney. Oh, you mother. You're going to be that one. Did you guys ever have that weird were you ever weirdly annoyed when someone said something other than here? Or did either of you ever say anything other than here on purpose?
I'm more of the annoyed that someone didn't say here. It's like, just say here. We're all saying it. You don't need to say whatever other thing.
Yeah, I think I would usually say here. I know that bothered me when I was a sub. I would actually give the students specific directions. I said, when I call your name, say here and raise your hand.
Oh God, you gave them two directions at once?
Oh yeah, well I thought middle school could handle it.
Dude, 20-somethings can't handle that. What are you talking about? I tried to say,
Yeah,
I said
well.
pick your top 5 and only half of you were able to do it correctly.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I thought maybe you. Yeah, I mean, at least if you don't have faith in children, it's because you have experience.
Mhm.
I just naturally am I don't think they could handle anything past if you gave them a list of instructions that had more than four lists on it, I'd be like, yeah, there's no way. Because they keep saying that kids are getting that they say that kids' attention spans are getting worse, and I'm like, damn, mine's awful. So how's it getting worse for kids?
Yeah.
Damn, man. Well, Rob, you'll have to let us know how the youth is.
Oh, probably horrible.
Ask them what they look for in podcasts.
Yeah?
Because they're very reliable consumers.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. If you say so.
Yeah, teenagers define what's popular in the world, so
Oh, is that how
I'd kind of like it if they would, if they got more into podcasts. Damn, are we on 3?
No, we're on my 4.
No.
We're on Dustin's 4.
We're on Dustin's 4. Yeah.
Dustin, I
haven't even done my 4 yet.
I would
Yeah,
personally. Oh, I'm first. I'd personally like to apologize for forgetting the fours. It was a severe lapse.
Yeah, that's okay.
It was a severe lapse in judgment. Let me go get my cat real quick so I seem more sympathetic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
My number 4 involves Matt again. It's when he forgot when the Game Awards was.
When he forgot.
Oh, when I was
He started off the
Oh!
episode saying, "So the Game Awards is next week, if I'm not mistaken."
I was like, this is the last
And Alex
episode.
was like, "Oh yeah,
This is the last episode for the Game Awards, and it was not true.
it was not." And he
Forgot
kept
about
saying,
that.
"What do you mean?" I was like, "What do you mean? What do I mean? Look at the calendar."
Did
Huh, I forgot about that.
that was Fall Guys? I think.
I don't know how you messed that up. That was Fall Guys, yeah.
I-
Very good episode, I think.
Where would you rank it in the Georgia episodes? Georgia not here this weekend, not playing games, not playing new Overwatch hero, not playing games, out with his
Not
normal
playing D&D.
out with his normal friends, which is crazy to believe that he has friends that are just normal. And not
I think that's the top.
terminally online gamers. I've met some of them briefly.
Have you?
Yeah.
Ah.
There was 1 week, I think it was a weekend. It must have been a weekend. So there was this was before Georgia had a Switch, a Nintendo Switch, the video game console by Nintendo.
Yep.
And his school was doing a competition. Like it was like whatever their head of like school activities was, the ones that run all the events and stuff. They were doing a Mario Kart tournament to win a Switch. And this was around the time that Mario Kart had come out on the Switch, and I was playing a ton of it. So I'm like, dude, I've been grinding Mario Kart like the past like month. You should come pick me up, and I'll do this competition or this tournament, and if I win, you can have the Switch. So that happens. I get there, he picks me up, I go to his school, I meet like some of his roommates. We get to the tournament, and it is probably the worst like video game setup I have ever seen. And like I know where I went to school, there was a lot of like gaming clubs. Like there were like Smash tournaments, and there were Pokemon tournaments that I was a part of, and they were run pretty well. They were like, especially like the Smash Club was running tournaments that looked similar to like real like local Smash tournaments that go on. It seemed like they knew what they were doing. This was probably the worst I'd ever seen. It wasn't even Mario Kart. Wasn't even Mario Kart on the Switch. It was Mario Kart Wii. Not on a TV, but on a projector. And the projection of the game was spilling over like the thing that the projector was on. So like you could barely see. It was Wii remotes, or like 2 sets of Wii remotes, 2 sets of GameCube controllers. You just had to hope you got one of the GameCube controllers, so you could actually use like controls and not motion controls. And it was just like, it was like weird. It was like laggy. People were like bringing their own controllers, and like I saw this like a squad of like normies getting together trying to figure out if they should let this guy use his own controller, because they like people that aren't gamers, you know what I mean? Like they're definitely not having like an actual conversation about it, because they obviously don't know whether or not it's an advantage or not. I was not of that much help to him, as I thought he was on a completely different game. One of his roommates ended up winning it, so I guess he got to use the Switch in the end anyway.
There you go.
But I was unable to win my boy a Switch, which is what I was hoping for. And then we went to like this diner really late at night and got like breakfast food, and it was cool. I doubt any of his friends remember me other than that one kid Georgia brought over, but they all seemed very nice. But that's the story of how I failed Georgia. He's
Huh.
never forgiven me since.
Hey, Robert, what's your number 4?
My number 4 is God damn it all. My number 4 is the saga of Matt and George invading or not invading, stalking the guy who owned the camera.
That's my number 1.
Oh, I'm sorry that you're choosing good things.
Yeah, and then it's getting a number 3 spot when it's clearly top tier.
No, it's getting a number 4
Oh
spot.
god, even worse.
Yeah,
I can't I was trying to. Dude, I wish
That was a fun time.
I
I liked just coming into Discord and just seeing you guys looking at a picture of a wedding ring.
being like,
What?
what could possibly be going on here? No, I definitely I still have all of the pictures on my computer. I just put them in my photos folder just in case I ever need them for some reason. And I see them every now and again. I made a Spotify playlist the other day and I needed a picture. And I just looked through the pictures I have and I found the guy. Rest in peace. Rest in peace. Because he's probably, dude, if he's not dead yet, he definitely died after they listened to the podcast. Rest in peace, that guy. But yeah, I wish there was some sort of update, but we haven't looked into it anymore.
No.
I think we basically found anything. I'm just kind of waiting I'm waiting for just to randomly see them on one of the couple on the news.
Would you recognize them, you think?
Oh, I think I would. I spent enough time. Rob, they were
Spent enough time looking at that hand.
yeah, they were my like fascination for like a week, dude. You don't just lose that. Dude, I'm gonna
You say so.
it's just gonna be some random picture that they use, and it's just so happening to be. Actually, wait, how would they? I wonder if they have the pictures. I never thought about that. Did they ever offload the camera? Did they ever see the pictures like not on camera?
I don't know.
Oh wow, that's weird to think about. No, because I got a bunch of camera stuff recently. I got a couple of actual film cameras, so I made a little spot on one of my shelves to just kind of show all my like camera gear and equipment and stuff, and the little digital camera that will one day be evidence in a murder trial. Just sitting up with them all. That's nice. It has a spot, and I still use it from time to time. Sometimes I take it to work with me, and I just like take pictures on my way home.
Nice.
But no, it fits very well in with the collection of camera stuff I have, and eventually, when I decide to go on my midlife crisis is going to be being a detective. I've decided.
Yeah.
He's gonna solve murders.
Yeah, I'm going to solve murders. I'm going to be like Jessica Jones without the superpowers. That's what I'm gonna do, and it's gonna be great. Because why buy a $100,000 car to try to catch my fleeting youth when I can do something good for the world? So let's see. I have one left.
Well,
You
I'd
want to
ask you for
just
your
say
number
it
3,
now?
but
I have one thing left.
do you just want to get your 2 out before we steal it again, or
Yeah, actually.
is that what we're gonna do? Okay.
No, actually, no. I want to see if it comes. Actually, I'm gonna save it for the very end. I'm gonna see if anyone else, or let's stay to the end to see if
Okay.
Matt gets a unique one.
So I guess go to my number 3. which is N-word Bridge.
I feel like that's not our moment.
N-word bridge?
Huh? N-word Bridge, yeah.
Just talking about what PewDiePie did?
No, when you thought I said the N-word Bridge.
Oh, when we
And then
thought
I
you
found out later on that I really did sound like I said it.
Oh shit, what was that? Oh
oh.
god,
No.
what was
It was during Mario Kart, and I was making a joke about killing myself, so I said, Google, find me the nearest bridge. And Robert was like, what did you just say? And I was like, Google? It's really the thing where, like, at the time we didn't notice how great it was. But then when I found out watching it next week that it really did sound like I said is what made it 10 times funnier.
What was the other thing that was it Lunch Teacher? Remember Lunch
Yeah,
Teacher?
lunch teacher. I said a lunch teacher, none of you guys corrected me because you didn't even notice.
Yeah, you were the only one that noticed a week later.
Yeah.
Dude, that was also Mario Kart.
Mario Kart's good.
What are we gonna do when the waves end?
Never play Mario Kart again, apparently.
Do you think we can get them to keep going? For the sake of having a guaranteed podcast episode for the next year? Every couple
Maybe.
weeks?
I am
Every
dying
couple
so
months.
slowly.
Yeah, it's just you, man.
I know, there's nothing I can do.
Yeah, they're just ganging up on. Yo, dude, you're on Twitter and it's like, name an opinion. Give an opinion that'll put you in this situation. And it's just all of the zombies beating the shit out of them.
Well, I hate most is when people say that with that meme, and then they'll say in parentheses, be original, though.
Be original, though.
It's like, oh, I should be original.
You're the one farming engagements.
Posting the most common picture on Twitter, and you're telling me to be original.
Guys, be funny
Yeah.
so that the whole tweet gets more interactions, please. I'm trying to farm engagement because I want to get paid by X now. You guys know that?
I'm not calling it X.
You guys, I just got a new phone.
Nice.
I searched Twitter on the Play Store and it was like, you want to download X? And I was like, damn. Because on my old phone, I still had the Twitter icon.
Oh,
Yeah,
and now it's gone.
now it's gone. Now it's fully X.
I'm glad I uninstalled
Now
Twitter
I have
when
this.
I did.
Now I have this weird app on my phone that just says
Sorry.
X. Can't believe. I'm surprised he actually did it. I thought it was gonna get like backpedaled like very quickly, but I now have an X on my phone, so that's the world we live in now.
Yep.
But yeah, Dustin, you want to keep saying it? You'll keep saying weird things.
Maybe I probably shouldn't. Apparently,
We're farming engagements.
Well,
Good.
don't say
Or just sound
those.
wrong.
Yeah, wait a minute. Weird as in wrong, not weird as in. Dude, I can't.
Cancelable.
Dude, I can't wait until next episode when Rob has to edit it, and I'm just gonna say so many slurs.
Oh, please don't.
I'm just gonna let him rip, and he's gonna.
I'll just upload them.
And he's
I
gonna.
don't
And he's
care.
gonna have to. He's gonna have to cut them all out.
Do I have to though?
Yeah.
Yes, you're getting outvoted here.
Okay.
What's your number 3?
My number 3.
Yeah, you're number 3.
All right. So this is at your expense, Dustin.
At my expense. Oh no.
So I don't know
What-
how you're gonna
what about
take
my
me
assets?
saying this.
Oh God.
My
Revenue.
number 3 is every moment you fell in getting over it with Benefati.
I knew you were gonna have that on there.
Because every time you fell, you wouldn't say anything. You
Sound
would just get quiet. And you would not touch the game for like 20 seconds. And I was like, okay, this is funny to watch. I feel bad for Dustin, but it's kind of funny.
There was something kind of magical about it. Something. It's like we didn't really get like the same thing with Rob playing Only Up. It was
Well, yeah,
Right.
because you lost the footage.
okay. Well, wait a minute.
Yeah.
True, but we remember it.
Okay.
And it just didn't have the same. I couldn't feel the pain.
That game didn't really frustrate me that much. I'm trying to think, because there are games of that style that will frustrate me. I'm trying to think of a good example of
Where
one.
Only Up gets real frustrating when you get to the point where if you fall, the game just decides, no, you're not going to save yourself. You're just going to fall all the way to the bottom.
Oh, is that a thing?
Yeah. There
Oh,
are plenty
I
of
don't
times
think I
where
ever
like
got
streamers
that
are
far.
playing and they're just like, I'm trying to land. Why won't it land? It's moving me away from everything. Why is it doing this? And they just fall all the way to the bottom.
Oh, maybe that did happen to me once, and I just didn't realize what was going on.
Maybe I
Because
know there is like a
where I
certain
was
point where
trying
that, like,
to land on
activates.
something and I couldn't.
Mercy Rule, but like the opposite of Mercy Rule. Did you see the second one or the new one or whatever you call it?
Yeah.
It's just like the same game, but less stolen assets, I think,
Pretty much, yeah.
or none, or I don't know. I don't know the lore.
Yeah, I know about it. Yeah.
Only Up.
That's no
The
deal.
Only Up craze was already over.
Yeah, it officially died down.
Well,
Isn't I had heard that there's a second game already out? Is that true?
that's what we're talking about.
Yeah, you
Oh,
heard it
okay.
10 seconds ago when we were talking about it.
Oh, I didn't. I thought he was talking about like a fan made.
My number 3 is every
Alright.
time Rob wasn't paying attention.
I was paying attention. I misunderstood.
Actually, in terms of things that I could come up with a number 3. I can actually come up with a number.
you want
I
to.
could come up with a number 3 right now.
Yeah.
In the vein of things that happen multiple times, and will most likely happen again in the future. Anytime that like I was saying something, and somehow halfway through saying it, I'm like, this is gonna turn into me arguing with Rob. Somehow, I remember.
It's really funny you say that.
I remember either I can't figure out which one is like. I don't know which one is the worst / best, but I know the one that I pick as the worst / best
Oh,
is gonna be
I'm excited.
it's gonna be the same one. Not to encourage you to do it more, Rob.
Mhm.
Because you know,
not to spoil my future list, but there is a specific argument that me and you had that is in my top 3.
not to encourage you to do it more, but because current me at the time was definitely not a fan. But
Mhm.
in retrospect, I do think listening back, it is kind of funny. Either when you had just completely made up my stance on what is
On
it?
astrology.
On astrology.
When he decided you were a huge fan of
When
astrology.
you're like, Matt saying I keep saying astrology's bullshit, and you're like, Matt, what?
It's like, I remember Matt was in the middle of talking, like you were making your explanation or whatever, and I started laughing because like I know it's going to turn into an argument. I can already hear it forming right now.
Yeah.
You're like, astrology's bullshit. I'm like, that's what I'm saying. and then also Shane was there, and I was thinking about that the whole time. I'm like, I wonder what Shane thinks about this.
And the whole thing really started with this Robert repeating exactly what Shane said before.
Hey, Rob's still here.
Yeah.
Matt, you get to say your number 2.
I get to say my number.
Well, he wants to.
What's the other one? Wait, what was the other? Oh, the other one was I don't know if it was the first one. It's the first one I remember. It was when I was talking about Pokemon Blue.
Mhm.
And my whole point was that my whole point was that I don't have nostalgia for it because I didn't like it. And halfway through saying that, Rob was like he was Socrates speaking to the common folk, being like, Matt, the reason you don't like it is the reason you don't have nostalgia is because you didn't like it. As I'm watching him just fucking play Mario 64, and I'm like, bro, that's my point.
That's what he was saying.
I hate Pokemon Blue. That was a good episode. I like that one.
Yeah.
For that reason. So, Rob, if you want to keep doing that, if you want to do that more, just make it believable that you're not doing it on purpose.
Yeah, so hide it good.
Yeah.
I mean, I do like to argue. I do like to be contrarian, so.
Oh, no shit. I never picked up on that in the past 20 years.
Damn.
I was gonna say you haven't even known me for 20 years, but goddamn, you have.
Dustin needs.
I will next month.
Fuck yeah.
Do you know the date? Oh, is it just like when school starts?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn. That's insane.
We could try looking up if you wanted to, but I don't.
I don't care.
What do you
enough.
have like records
Same.
of this? Oh, I guess you could look.
I mean, I'm sure it's not that hard to see what the first day of school was back in.
Oh, okay. You know it
2003.
was the first day.
Yeah. It was very much the
I thought you were like gonna like somehow look back, be like, when was the first? Yeah, I have this.
While I look in my diary today, I met Robert.
This is gonna go
Your diary. Today I met a nerd.
I don't know what this Pokemon thing is, but he asked if I liked it, and I said yes.
No, I didn't play Pokemon until like 4th grade.
True, actually. I didn't play until 5th grade. What was I doing? What was I doing before?
I was playing with wooden blocks with Dustin.
That's huge.
Yeah. A lot of fun.
Good times with those.
Yeah. Speaking of
Dude, those wooden blocks were a lot of
Speaking of fun, knowing that an argument I had with Rob's coming up, we should move on.
fun.
Sure. So, do you want to do your number 2, or should I do my number 2? Or
I'll do my number 2.
okay,
My
just
number.
get it out before we steal it.
Yeah. My number 2 was when Dustin started bringing up Facebook bundles, and we made our own.
Oh, I
That was pretty
forgot
fun, yeah.
about that.
That was
Because I found like a it was like a posture corrector, an arcade machine, and some other thing.
yeah. We're like, that's insane. The first one we did, we all went really low. we all came up with one, and we all came up with like stuff, and Tuzza was like, yeah, we made about a combined $20 on this. We could have literally done anything.
Oh my god.
And we all picked like pieces of plastic.
Yeah.
I think I did a cake pan. Rob did a lawn flamingo.
I think I did the lawn.
One of you did a lawn
Oh, no.
flamingo.
No, he did.
I think
You're right.
I
He
did
did
the
a lawn
flamingo.
flamingo, and I think I did like a personal, like a mini fridge or something like that.
Something like that, yeah. Like, damn. Really breaking ground there. No, and then I think we did it a couple more times after that.
Yeah. That was a fun little skit that I did looking at Facebook, just seeing all the weird stuff I found on Facebook Marketplace, and
Yeah.
just letting you guys know about it.
That was sick.
I'd forgotten about that. We should do that some more.
We should do it again. Do it again sometime.
Yeah.
Get together. Hit the boys.
Matt, you're the one here with Facebook, so
I don't have Facebook.
your turn now.
I don't have Facebook.
Oh, really?
Well, technically I do. I just can't. I just don't have access to my
Oh,
account.
you're still locked out?
They want me to upload my ID. And I'm like, I don't have the time to do that.
Oh, dang.
I don't.
At least you have a valid ID.
What do you mean? At least I have a valid
Was it?
ID.
Well, didn't Fanning go around for a number of years without one?
He did. I only recently, I don't know if Rob was playing when I did it, when I mentioned it, but like sometime in
Mhm.
Overwatch 1, like 2017, I think, I accidentally unbound my spray key. So I just haven't been able to use the sprays in Overwatch since then. And
Okay.
all it would take would be me just assigning a key in a video game.
Just go with the controls.
Yeah, very easy. I never had the motivation to do it until the other day when I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm doing it right now. And I finally have my spray key back.
Well, it's
Yay.
similar. I never had the interest. I never cared about the emotes at all in the game, so I never bothered to look up like how to do them at all. But then Fanning had been talking. I'll explain this to Dustin and for the podcast. About a couple weeks ago, Fanning got in the habit of playing as Anna during the in between time of matches,
Yeah.
putting people to sleep, walking up to them, and then doing the emote "Good Kitty."
The Anna voice line. Good kitty. Good kitty.
So I said, wouldn't it be funny if me, who is not emoted once in my entire time playing the game, figured out how to use emotes, got the Good Kitty one, and did it to Fanning? So I did.
That's funny.
He really appreciated it.
Yeah, Fanning was not. Fanning was surprised. He was like, "Did you just Good Kitty me?" I was like, "Yup." What are you gonna do about it?
Shout out to Fanning for coming up with a bit on his own in Overwatch for once.
Is he prone to stealing Overwatch bits?
Not really. I'm
Oh.
exaggerating. I have a couple of voice lines that I like to spam that are funny.
Mhm.
Uh,
And they say,
kind of in the same
Dustin, take that one.
in the same vein of that. There's one where Baptiste just goes, now that's funny, and I just spam it, so he's just laughing endlessly. So he goes,
It's probably my favorite one.
and it just doesn't stop because now
He keeps laughing.
yeah.
I remember my first time hearing you do that. I was like, "How long does this emo go? Did you just keep laughing?"
No, I basically.
And to this,
I
sorry, go ahead.
no, I basically have the muscle memory down for I have the timing down on it to do it perfectly. The other one is
Oh,
a Farah voice line. That's you're going to come with me, dead or alive.
Right.
So now I just loop it so it goes, you're going to come, you're going to come, you're going to come, you're going to come. And actually, I'll give Fanning credit. He does have one. It's a Junker Queen one that says, I came, I saw, I conquered, I think.
Mhm.
And we did have a moment the other day where I was playing Farah and he was playing Junker Queen and the stars have lined. And I was spamming, you're going to
lovely.
come. And then she was spamming, I came, I came, I came, I came. It's pretty good. No, he was just trying. He was just the Baptiste line was like a anniversary one, so he couldn't get it for the longest time. He just really wanted it, so I kept being like, "Dude, get your own bit," but then he did. But he does have the voice line now. We should do no limits.
No limits.
Yeah, no hero limits, and then we both play Baptiste and we both laugh the whole game.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but Rob's in the game now. Rob's in the emote game now, so
Oh,
welcome to the
Nice.
welcome.
I want to get back into Overwatch.
New Hero's fun. Big fan. Even if you don't get into the lore mission, even if you don't get into the game, you should watch the cutscenes for the lore missions.
Mhm.
Actual lore happening.
Oh, it's about time.
Yeah. So
I'll try to hop on with you guys at some point.
yeah.
cool.
Overwatch.
I'll make an attempt.
Did you see that Overwatch is reviewed as mostly negative on Steam. Like,
Yeah.
it's pretty funny. And I know all the people that are putting like mostly negative reviews. If you could see their hours in Blizzard, it'd be like 2,000 hours in game.
Yeah.
Because that's just the love-hate relationship that Overwatch has. It's insane. Like, at least,
See, I kind of don't like it. It's not people getting mad at Flats about it. Because he said, "Hey guys, this is messed up. You shouldn't do this."
Yeah.
And everyone's like, "It's your fault, though."
What do you mean?
It's like, stop being mean to Flats.
He's just trying to play tank, bro.
Yeah. He goes in, plays Reinhardt, and that's what he does.
And he yells big slam. Wait, never mind. That's the wrong streamer. Never mind. Shout out. What number are we on?
I think my number two.
Dustin's
my number 2.
Oh, we're on your number 2. Okay.
Yeah, because I'm after Matt.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought we already did yours, but okay.
Nah. My number 2 is probably also my number 2 story about Robert ever.
Oh no.
It's Robert's Fez story.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Dude, that was that story coming up on the podcast was never a question of if.
It was a question.
It was definitely always a question of when.
It had to come eventually. We couldn't not bring it up on the podcast.
That's just like top 10 stories of just all. Yeah, you're right. That's just top stories of all time, not even on the podcast. I remember that's a core memory. Mm-hmm. That's an inside out core memory, is Rob walking in, because I walk by the place that Jazz Night happened. I walk by it every day on my way to work because it's literally like 5 minutes from my house.
Oh yeah.
Like I walk.
So he just remember every time.
I see it every day, and I think about that Jazz Night every day when I go by. And there are so many there. I don't know if it's just because of the summer. They have so many like events there, or like or like just parties. I don't know. It's some like, I think it's like Portuguese
club.
Yeah, but I keep every night it's popping off every night, and I never see someone with a fez. So unfortunately, I don't.
Harbor's the one person in history to wear a fez in that building.
There's a picture of him, and there's like an all-star board. There's a wall of fame.
A hall of fame.
Yeah, there's a hall of fame. It's just
Robert with a shocked expression wearing a fez.
Yeah. I mean, it's got to be an iconic story if it made it into the when I was making the quote unquote set, the frame for the video. That made it in there. There's a fez in there.
Oh yeah, there's a fez in there.
Yeah. And in high school, the fez was always my thing, because it was like, because people were into Doctor Who, and the Doctor Matt Smith has a fez, and I had a fez that I stole. I never admitted it before. I stole it from the theater department. Everyone,
not the theater kids.
I stole it from the theater kids, and when our band director asked me where I got it from, knowing it was one of the ones from the theater department, I said I didn't. I told him I did not, and he did not believe me. Finally admitting it here and now. I stole from my high school's theater department, and they can't have the diploma back. So,
or the fez.
Definitely not.
I didn't steal the fez. I bought that fez.
Not my fez. The one I stole. They're not getting that back. And if they demand that I get it back, I'm stealing Rob's and giving them that one.
Aww.
I'll just give them. Actually, no. Even better, I give them a fedora. They're like, "This isn't the hat," and then they never hear from me again.
We don't even get the joke. Why did you give us a fedora?
Let's listen to my podcast.
It's a fedora. And inside is a note that says "Listen to my podcast."
Subscribe to the Lads
It
AM
has a
podcast.
QR code that links to that episode.
Oh my god.
Damn.
What's your number 2, Robert?
Sorry, Rob's trying to get us off this level finally. Dude, can these zombies stop so I can get Matt up, please? Matt, I am trying.
I know, man.
Holy shit. Are you kidding me? What the fuck? I jumped Scott you up!
For audio listeners, get fucked. No, never mind. Rob was trying to revive me in this game known as Left 4 Dead 2, by the way. We're playing Left 4 Dead 2 because that's the first game we played on the podcast. Never mentioned that until now in the pilot episode. Dustin, I imagine you are doing what we discussed.
I need you to shoot it. I need you to kill it.
I'm trying, my man. You gotta walk. Oh, actually, you don't have.
I don't control where I walk.
You don't have any control. That's right. Dustin, you are playing in your bathroom, right? We discussed that you would be doing that.
Correct.
Okay,
Yep.
good.
Mm-hmm.
You want to hit me with a flush real quick?
Fucking 11 out of 13.
My toilet's broken.
That's fair. I thought. Oh, the repair guy delayed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's insane.
So, what are we gonna do?
Yeah.
Wait, who's up? Dustin's alive?
Yeah.
I thought you were dead. Don't jump!
So you're number 2.
Fall damage.
Yeah. So you're number 2.
All right, so my number 2 is now I said that there was an argument that me and Matt had.
Yeah.
And any guesses to what argument it was that I put on here, Matt?
Yeah.
What's your guess?
Not saying it because I purposely have not brought it up since.
So it's Fahrenheit versus Celsius.
Oh, actually, that's not the one. I'll talk about this. I'll talk about
okay.
this. Hell yeah. Fahrenheit makes more sense because it feels right.
I still
Because
disagree,
here's how it works. Okay?
We're not gonna rehash this.
No, here's how it works. Okay?
Okay.
You exist on a scale of 0 to 100. That's a very normal scale, right? Like 1 to 10. You could even say 1 to 10. You can expand it to 1 to like 100, you know?
Okay.
If I was like, this is insanely cold. This is so cold, I feel incredibly uncomfortable. I'm not dying, but this is the coldest I ever want to feel. I'm like, that's got to be 0. That's got to be 0 on the 100 scale. I could go lower. I could go to -4. I could go to -5. I'm not going to feel that much more. At that point, it's like I'm not going to really feel that much more cold. I'm just going to be closer to death at that point because I'm so cold at 0.
Okay.
100.
I find that hard to believe, but okay, go on. I'll let you make your point.
Like the difference between 30 and 0, feeling wise, in your body, is a lot different than 0 to -5. Right? But if I go to -30, I'm dead.
Okay, sure.
I can't go that much deeper. Same thing for hot. 100 is just 100's a big number. Right? 100 is a very significant number. That's a century. People have celebrations for being a century.
Yeah.
100's a very iconic number. And it is, and in terms of heat, I could get hotter. I could exist you could be Arizona and be 110 for the entire month of July. But I don't want to be any hotter than 100. That's my feeling. That's my maximum. That's where it's going to be so uncomfortable, but I'm not dead. Right? So it makes sense to describe temperature in that way because we are humans who need to express things to other humans because we're social creatures, and understanding how our bodies feel makes more sense in saying 0 to 100 because that's a very common scale that we all use to rank things.
All right. Here's the thing.
Celsius
okay?
is bullshit because why?
You-
Because why are the anime
you-
characters staying home with a 40-degree fever? That makes no sense.
Here's the thing, Matt. You ready?
Yeah.
Maybe it's because I've grown as a person. Maybe it's because you explained this a lot better than last time. I don't know. I think I agree with
He
you.
always agrees with me. In the
Your
end.
joke. Oh my god.
He always agrees with me. He always agrees with me.
My mind is blown.
He always agrees with me months
Oh.
later. He needs to stop questioning me because he always comes to my side. He always sees the light.
I actually
Probably.
can't believe
He
that.
always, dude.
Matt, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. You ready?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, and I caught myself before I started saying what I was gonna say because you would have lost your goddamn mind. Okay?
Okay.
I almost got the sides that we were arguing mixed up. And I was literally gonna
Oh my
say,
God.
Matt, your 100 is really hot is stupid because 100 Celsius is like boiling and you can't survive that. And then I was like, wait, no, he's saying 100 Fahrenheit.
Yeah. Bro,
All you need to
Bro.
do is make the same argument months later, and he'll agree with you.
honestly,
Yeah, maybe.
the only reason granted the Celsius 0 to 100 only exists for like water. If you're water listening out there, if you're literally just a stream and you're water, you're an ocean, yeah, you boil at 100 and you freeze at 0. That's insane. Congratulations. But for humans, Fahrenheit just makes so much more sense because we're social creatures.
So Matt,
Yeah.
when Robert was prefacing this story, you seemed a little nervous that he was going to talk about a different argument.
Nope.
If Robert promises not to say anything, will you tell us what you thought he was going to say?
Yeah.
Robert, do you promise not to say anything?
Let
Not to
me
rehash
say
whatever
one
argument
other
is.
thing before I promise.
No,
okay?
nope.
Sure.
No. Promise.
In
Promise
the
voided.
same...
Promise
No,
voided.
no, because I think I know which argument Matt's talking. Okay.
Promise voided.
So I was skimming through that episode, right?
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
after that was a separate argument that we rehashed again. That I still think I'm in the right on.
Give it a couple months.
I won't argue it, but I'm curious if it's the argument you're about to say. You ready?
Okay.
Is it the north, south, east, west?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I won't argue with you on it, but I still believe what I believe.
That's just so.
And with that, we'll move on to my number one. Seamless transition.
Seamless transition.
Dude, no one has said my number
Yo,
one
are
yet.
you right, dude? Are you riding on two?
Yeah, no one said mine either. I'm kind of shocked.
Yo,
too.
Dustin, are you riding on two wheels? Because that was a great segue.
Oh, wait. Sorry. Before Dustin goes to number one, can I mention one other thing?
What's that?
That episode of the podcast, I'm playing Euro Truck Simulator.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So why does YouTube say the game we're playing is a Penn and Teller video game?
What?
Shit.
What?
Episode 22 of the podcast, if you go to the description, it's like Penn and Teller tells all the video games.
Oh, like when
It's like,
oh,
that
Oh, is it because we
not-
mentioned Penn and Teller in that one?
Maybe.
oh, we,
I don't
So
know.
they-
we do mention.
YouTube just heard Penn and Teller, saw we were playing a video game, was like, I guess?
I didn't know it did.
I don't know.
Wait, it.
All I know is I noticed that and was very confused.
Wait, I didn't know. Wait, I will turn this.
Yep, there it is.
Yeah, that one.
Penn and Teller Smoke and Mirrors.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's when we talked about Penn. Maybe we did. I don't know.
I didn't listen to the whole episode, so I'm not positive.
I thought I have to. Oh shit! I thought you have to set that manually because I considered doing that, but then I figured it would just not be worth it.
It can be automatically.
I didn't know it could do it.
Clearly.
I thought maybe if you put it like in the title, like if you're like playing like I don't know Overwatch 2 gameplay, it'll automatically say Overwatch 2. But that only if that is the episode that we talk about Penn and Teller, that it's only by it picking it listening to it, it figuring out what we were
Dude,
talking
you know what
about.
that means?
That's one of the views.
I was gonna say we have a consistent viewer then.
No, it's.
All right, I want to try.
You
I want to test something really quickly with this episode. You ready?
No, it's already Penn and Teller.
Call of Duty Black Ops 2.
Call of Duty
Black Ops 2.
I love Call of Duty Black Ops 2. Guys,
Dude, Call of Duty Black
Remember-
Ops 2 is a great game.
Remember when there was
that
Call
we
of
are
Duty Black
playing.
Ops and then they made a second one?
what did you guys play Call of Duty Black Ops 2 on?
I played it on my Call of Duty Black Ops 2 system.
I played Call of Duty Black Ops 2 on my Nintendo DS Lite.
Did you actually?
I don't remember exactly what Call of Duty.
Because I
game.
know Black Ops wanted a DS port.
Oh, dude, one of the this is gonna sound this is gonna sound kind of, I don't know if it sounds fucked up or not, but like one of the only things I have that was my dad's was a Call of Duty game for
Oh, which one?
is a Call of Duty game for the DS.
Oh, for the DS.
Oh.
Yeah. Only thing he ever gave me. Either that and allergies. And yeah,
And melanin.
and melanin, yep. True. People pulling out like, this is my dad's ring, this is my dad's watch. Yeah, this is my dad's copy of Call of Duty Black Ops for the Nintendo DS. Fuck that guy, by the way.
Is that your idea now of a family heirloom?
Yeah, I'm gonna give.
All he's got.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it to my kid before I leave him.
Or you do? Oh, jeez.
Keep the tradition alive. Anyway, do we only have? Are we on number ones? Or that was
Yeah, I think we're on number ones.
Oh, okay. Well, mine was me solving a murder. Sorry for picking myself. If you were wondering why I asked you guys earlier, if you guys felt weird picking things that was your own, it was because I made mine was my number one. So,
You know.
To be fair, my number one is something that I brought up, but I think we all had fun.
fair enough.
So,
Dustin,
guess so. Yeah.
you're number one.
My number one is the classic. All the way back in episode number 1.
Yeah.
Will Ferrell.
Dude, I knew someone was gonna mention it.
Will.
I was like, it's gonna happen.
Probably the hardest I've ever laughed while recording one of these.
Don't say that. Don't say the hard.
What?
Don't say the hardest you ever laughed was episode 2. Was episode 2. 50. We have. Don't.
I just laughed really hard.
Dustin thinks
We were never as funny as we were the first time.
Don't say that.
No.
No, I know what you
But
mean.
no, that was especially saying.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean.
I just love that I prefaced it with, as long as you don't say Beethoven, you can't say anything worse than that. And then he said an actor.
I
It's
just
the funniest
want to
thing.
clarify. If you ever think we're faking it, that we fake
We're not.
anything, no. That was you can't script that.
No.
None of us could have scripted Rob to say anything funnier than what he said that day. And it was 100% genuine. Which I think is a talent.
It's funny because we're talking about. No, wait, no, it wasn't Happy. It was Uptown Funk. Never mind.
Yeah.
My whole tangent went away. Yeah. Will Ferrell singing Uptown Funk.
Dude, that should be our first AI cover.
Yeah. With Will Ferrell doing Uptown Funk.
Do you think there's people on Fiverr making
He'll finally be right.
Do you think just people on Fiverr making AI covers?
Probably.
Do you think we could get someone on Fiverr to make an AI cover of that?
Probably.
Oh, that'd be sick. I'll look into it.
Yeah.
You guys ever get anything on Fiverr?
Nah.
No, really. I have once.
What'd you
Yeah.
get?
I got someone doing an impression of the TF2 soldier singing the Witch Doctor theme. or
Oh, yeah, I
or not the
remember
theme,
that.
not the theme, but thing Witch Doctor.
And he go ooh ee
Oh,
wah ting tang walla walla bing bang.
Yeah,
Ooh ee ting tang walla walla bing bang.
and then after
Yeah, because didn't you need their voice for a project you were doing?
something I have not done. An
Oh,
instance of I thought it was funny, and then I went to do it and I didn't think it was funny anymore.
I see. I see.
So I did that and I had like 100 words left. So I had him say
Mhm.
rated M for Matt, and then I was like, "Can you do the Witch Doctor?" Because it was around when we were playing Among Us, and that's when our personal Witch Doctor meme was kind of hype.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because when we played Among Us, I played the Witch Doctor, being the lab coat and the hat.
Mhm.
And I was the dumb doctor,
Yep,
where I had the doctor coat and the
dunce hat.
word dumb on my face.
Oh, you're right.
Not even that.
Dude,
It was a sticky note with the word dumb on it. It was on my face.
do you think we can bring back Among Us, like in our friend group?
I'd be down. Although I would want to.
Among Us, the Renaissance.
We could do a little Among Us Renaissance. I want to do it again with proximity chat. I think that was the most fun that I ever had with Among Us.
Proximity chat was good. Yeah.
There was maybe I can find. I hope I still have it. I have a clip of us playing it when we were doing that,
Yeah.
and it was. I think it was me and I want to say it was me and George. Oh no, it was me, George, and Stanley was what it was.
Okay.
And we kept like getting together, like finding each other and being like, all right, one of us is gonna kill us, because if you're the imposter, you kill us. So what I think it was me and Georgia was the imposter. Stanley was a normal crewmate. The three of us are together. One of us kills Stanley. And it's just Georgia and I in the room with the dead body. We leave.
Mhm.
Prior to this, anytime someone would come into our meeting, we would like yell at them to leave.
You tell him to get out.
We'd be
Yeah.
like, get
I
out.
remember.
We'd be like,
this.
get out, and you'd be like,
Yeah,
okay.
you get out.
Which was just perfect setup for this to happen, where we kill Stanley. Georgia and I are going one way. Rob and Fanning are coming up the other way. They're walking right towards the body, and then instinctively we're like, go, get out of here. And do you kind of, if I said Fanning's laugh, do you hear it?
Yes.
Like you can kind of hear it. It is
Yeah.
Yeah.
kind of like that. It's a beautiful moment of Rob being like, okay, leaving, and then him laughing, and then it just perfectly fading out as they walk away. And then we won that round, and it was beautiful. And
Yeah.
that cemented it as, I think, Among Us needs to be played with
Proximity
chat. I personally think it's the best way to play the game.
I agree.
So we would have to make sure we have that set up.
Yeah, that's doable. The thing is Among Us is a game where you really need like a large number of people.
Yeah,
Like we would need like 8 to 10.
Yeah, it has a similar kind of like. It's similar. I guess it's just for party. It's just a party game thing, with the exception of like Mario Party, which is limited to like 4. Where it's like it's definitely better when you have a big group of people, and you can play with like 4 or 5.
It's not nearly as fun though.
Like 5 is like the minimum for like a really good game.
Just get on the elevator.
You can cheese out 4, but poor guy. Damn.
All right. Are we on to my number 1?
Rob's number 1.
Final number 1.
Yeah.
Finish us off.
What do you got?
It's when we made the starter Pokemon alignment charts.
Ah.
I really enjoyed doing that.
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun with that.
That was really fun. Yeah,
doing the
cool.
starter Pokemon and then the evolutions. It was fun.
Yeah. I think.
But I remember because I had mentioned it like offhand because I had put like very little thought into it, only for it to become like a whole thing where you guys were like critiquing me and criticizing me, forcing me to change my mind.
What was the insane one that he did? Wasn't it like Sobble and
was-
Evil or something?
Yes.
Sobble and Popular were both in Evil.
Yeah, what the fuck? Insane.
In the membrane.
I do like the I have come to very much like the episodes where there's a thing to do.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I think that's
Those are
a really
good.
good example of like one just like pretty well woven into an episode.
Yeah, so it's just he just mentioned it offhand.
And we just did it.
We didn't even plan that one.
Yeah. Or kind of maybe something like the friendship quiz, but if it didn't take the if it didn't take the whole episode.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think you know, a little structure every now and again does good.
Yeah, I would agree.
But also like if we I think I don't know. Do you guys have a favorite episode just like in total? Like one that like resonates with you as like an encapsulating all good?
I'd have to look over the list again.
See, I told them to pick 5 moments. I prepared them for something, but I didn't prepare them for that question.
No, you're right. You didn't.
That's the bonus. Just the bonus question on the end of the test.
I don't
My
know.
one
I don't
favorite.
know if I would have one favorite episode.
I guess if I had to pick one, the one that always pops up, the one that I actually just watched a second time just because I really liked it was Fall Guys with George A.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that one was just really good. I think it was good conversation, and we were just having a fun time. And then the scuffness of all the game just added a whole different level to it. I thought it was a really good episode.
yeah. Mine's the SpongeBob one.
That's a good one too. That's definitely top 5.
Even nothing to do with the fact of being the most viewed one, even though.
I think I was happy that one got most views because I thought it was really good.
It was. I remember it more than any other episode. I think the whole time being like, "This is really good. We're popping.
same.
We're popping off
Oh
today."
my god.
It was just really seamless that episode, I thought.
I think if it's like gun to your head, you have to pick one episode to show someone. I might just
I
go,
think it would be
I
that
might
one.
just go with that one.
You know, it's not because of any specific moment in the episode, but just because I think it would represent us as a whole well. I think I might go with the Minecraft episode.
That is good.
That's a pretty good one.
Yo,
too.
the jacket.
Also,
Forgot about
I
the
will
jacket.
say, just missing out on my top 10 was Dustin killing the pink sheep.
I thought about putting that in my top 5 as well.
Yeah. Rob just the other day was playing. Well, he's been playing Minecraft a lot recently, and he found
I'm doing so much.
and he found a pink sheep. Nah,
I've seen several now.
and I'm like, damn. At least he doesn't kill it.
Okay.
So, all right, I want to kill a pink sheep.
Who's our logo?
Alright.
Dustin?
I saw it like 10 minutes into the game. I was like, oh, I guess they're not rare anymore.
Nope, still rare.
Yeah, apparently so. Yes,
Dustin sees.
Bar was like, do you understand how incredibly rare that is? I was like, yeah.
And then Matt's like,
It's our.
how about the fact that it's our mascot?
Because that's what I thought that Rob was gonna say, and then even he didn't say it.
Alright, I don't want to get our hopes up, but I'm getting the last 2 cans right now.
Holy shit!
We finally do it a year later.
A year later.
I dropped the
finally
cans
finished
to
this
the
level?
second floor.
Oh, I don't even know how to get to there.
Probably the stairs.
True, thank you. Stairs. Oh, it's over there. I go up here and then I drop down, I think. No, I need those stairs.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm not positive how to get up there either.
I think it might be this way. All right,
Oh geez, I need help.
talk about the podcast. It's talk about the gameplay time. We might actually do it.
Yeah, we need a. Oh geez, I need this thing dead.
It's this way.
Oh geez, I'm dying.
Oh no.
Oh, Matt.
Oh my god.
Oh,
He threw something at me. He can do that?
Guys, we're not going to sleep until we
No,
finish this.
No. Why are they here? He's here too. Oh my god.
Jump.
I can jump.
Just
All
alright.
right. See you guys next year.
Yeah,
We're doing it.
We'll see you next
Can we
year.
do one attempt where we actually like focus on
No.
playing?
See you next year.
No,
Happy
please.
1 year of the podcast.
We need to make progress on
birthday.
this level.
Happy birthday, Lads AM podcast. I didn't let him do it last time. This is Dustin and Rob and Matt. That's our names, by the way. Bye.
Did we go to an introduction?